If you see bamboo and it's this colour, then it's on its way out. It's almost dying. You can hear this. It sounds hollow all the way down. If you try to support it with a piece of rope and use it for some kind of stick, it will just simply crumble. The darker the bamboo, the stronger and more reliable it is to make some kind of structure or use as a stick. And it will also be much harder to cut down. There are, I think there's about 20 to 30 different types of bamboo. It grows all over China, obviously up in the north where the pandas live, and all the way down here in the south. Now down here in the south there aren't any pandas, but as I mentioned yesterday, when I saw this den in the ground, that looks like a den. Big enough for a fox or some kind of pretty large creature. Wow. I don't want to play with it. These animals, they're about the size of a small dog, about the size of an overweight corgi. Yeah, they're about the size of an overweight corgi. And they're quite ferocious. The first time I ever saw one, with the Chinese man standing on the side of the road, he had captured several and they was in large bags and he was selling them as food. They're not dogs. They're quite ferocious. They don't attack people unless they're stuck in a corner, a bit like rats really. Anyway, this bit of bamboo here, broken, and you can just hear this. You can tell straight away that that's solid. Anyway, so I'm going to use this for a little while as I walk along. Now at the moment I've actually found a man-made path. To be honest, underfoot, it's really quite nice. The rains were quite heavy earlier and I didn't get wet. I do have a poncho and managed to keep myself reasonably dry, but my feet are a little damp, so I'll change my socks later. I do hope to go down here at some point and get into that bamboo rainforest and make some kind of shelter. I know the mountain quite well. I know north and south, although it's very difficult to tell from this terrain. I'll put it another way. I know uphill and downhill is the way back to the city. Although I'm probably about 4 miles away from the nearest road, not that far. The forest that I'm in at the moment runs for about 20 miles. 12 miles in that direction, using my bamboo as a pointer. There is a mountain called Ding Hu, which I've mentioned before, and I have done some videos, and I'll maybe if I can even pop a picture up on the screen now. That's more of a touristy mountain, although in my recent trip to Ding Hu, I saw a sign at the top of the mountain saying what creatures live, you know, as well as 76 kind of butterflies and 128 different kind of plant species. It also said there are 40 kinds of beasts. Now, I'm not sure what they mean by beast, and I have asked several people. The only beast I can think of would be leopards and pigs, wild boar. Maybe snakes will come into that category, I don't know, but yeah, it kind of puts the willies at me to think 40 different kinds of beast. Does that mean there's bears there? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to camp on or even go hiking at the top of Ding Hu because it is fenced off and it's a nature reserve. So That's a little bit too far out my stretch. But this mountain range runs for, in either direction, the total is about, probably about 18-20 miles. And so it's certainly enough for a single adventurer like me to go out and get lost. And in all the years I've been here, I haven't covered all of it, but I've covered a lot and been through the top of several peaks several times. Some even in a rainstorm. I mean a serious rainstorm. I was in the rain cloud, the thunder and lightning. It was quite hair-raising. It was quite hair-raising. I did get a short video of that, but as the thunder and lightning, as the lightning bolt came down reasonably close, I did set out a bunch of profanities, probably too strong to put on the YouTube, as I have daughters and a mother who watch this channel and I don't want them to hear me foul mouth. Right, like I say, I'm going to go down into this bamboo forest. No idea when, maybe now's the time. Right, so there's been quite a heavy rain. The ground is slippery, and if you watched my last video you will see that I have slipped several times going down steep hills or embankments like this. I hope I don't do it again. Wish me luck. I'm going to go into the rainforest. I won't take this pole with me, as nice as it is. It's too heavy. Right, let's go. Goodbye, pole. Goodbye, my pole. Right, now I need to find a way into there. And it is going to be a little bit slippery. And it's getting quite dark. The camera picks up a lot of light, I know that. And it can easily be misconstrued as a, you know, as a nice afternoon, but it's actually quite late. Around about 6 o'clock at night. And at least an hour, maybe less, it will be dark. Now I do have a couple of torches, and if I can, I'll even show you what it's like walking through a bamboo forest in the absolute dark. That's rather stupid as well, really. Right, I won't even go in there. I can see quite clearly the rain has gone. No, that's the song. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. Born of a duck. You probably think I've got a radio, but I haven't, that's me. So I'll turn that down a bit. Right, I'm looking for an entrance into the rainforest. Once I find one, I'll strap my backpack on nice and tight. This gives you an idea how thick the bamboo. So this is a real bamboo forest, and in these places you do get snakes and little creepy crawlies, or big creepy crawlies, that live in these environments. And I'm doing it, one, because I can, it's fun, it's interesting. I would hate to leave this jungle or this country and say I never tried it. I always saw them. Wow, this is steep. Very steep. Gosh, shit. For some distance, these brambles are far too prickly to hold on to. My feet are going to get wet. It's quite possible that that water, through a small filter, is quite drinkable. It's unlikely. There's no. I would imagine there are no dead animals lying water in the stream further above, and it hasn't passed any towns or cities for pollution to be to contaminate it. Anyway, right, I'm going to jump into the bed of the stream and continue walking across the other side. Actually, always a dodgy thing because the snakes love this terrain. No, can't see him. Well, I'm in a forest and I'm being eaten alive by mosquitoes. It shouldn't be unexpected. Of course they're going to be here in their millions. Oh God, it is painful. Oh, they get up your trouser legs somehow. Right, I'm going to try and get up this. You know, every time I climb up one of these steep banks I fall down or slip down. I was lucky on the last one. I'll show you again. Watch this video. I was lucky I didn't bang my head on that one. Ah, tumble, tumble. Still looks like it's light up there, doesn't it? Ah, believe me, the camera's deceiving. It's getting dark now. Now tonight, I may not, I don't know, sleep in this rainforest. Again, it's not a Bear Grylls thing, it's just I enjoy it. I'm not trying to be warrior, hey man, or whatever. It's just so bloody interesting. Excuse the bloody, sorry mum. It is just so interesting. And one with nature. Are mosquitoes nature? I guess they are. Get away, mosquitoes. Right, I'm going to set the camera up and I'm going to make a hammock from this tree to this tree. Well, see how it goes. Well, as you can see, there's my hammock, tied from tree to tree. If there's a problem in the night, I know I have to run uphill. If I come downhill, I'm simply going to fall down this hill. It's so slippery, and there's marshland and a bog, and a very dangerous piece of water back there. I've got no idea how deep it is, but I certainly wouldn't like to fall in it. So I've used my escape route if I need to get away quickly as the uphill route. As slippery as it may be, I just keep going uphill and I know I will come to a solid footpath. Oh God, eventually. Anyway, so I'm going to tidy up some of these broken pieces of bamboo, make a little bit of shelter, and yeah, take it from there. I'm high enough off the ground in case there's any creepy crawlies. And let's see how that goes. Let's give you a bigger view. A lemon. I always take a lemon when I'm going out camping, especially if I'm using a hammock. I'll show you what I do with it. I can gain a bit of energy from the lemon before I use it. Wow, it smells lovely. That's citrus. Excuse me. Oh, that's lovely. Anyway, what I tend to do with it, I know these trees are ringing with insects, ants, maybe even a snake. Well, in fact, there's a pretty large spider. He's quite ugly. I'm sure he might give me a little nip in the night, but I'm sure he doesn't like this. So I cover the guide ropes. I've made a bit of a mess there. That looks like a right... doesn't matter. It's not going to get inspected by the Sergeant Major. Anyway, so I'm just going to ring my guide ropes to this. There we go. Most insects and creatures do not like the sharp citrus. So, and it's about just gone 2:30. Still hearing noises, but every noise is magnified at night. So, yeah, it's keeping me awake. Good Lord, I'm only human. So there we go. That's quite bad lighting. Anyway, if you was watching it, well, of course you were watching it earlier. I'm going to connect this to the same video. I'm in the hammock in a bamboo jungle. Let me see if this will help. Tied to the tree there. There's my mosquito net hanging over that branch, and that will go over me later. In fact, this is a bit unkind. Although it is quite nice to relax. It's pitch black around me, absolutely. The frogs are down there. I'm also hearing a sound that's a bit like a fox back in England, quite a high pitch yelp. So I suspect they're around here somewhere. I think I've chosen a part of the forest where they won't come, and if they do come here, then I will certainly hear them. There's a lot of broken bamboo surrounding me, a small cliff and a stream down there, so they won't come up from that direction. They'll come down the hill up there. That's my torch shining on us. Other than that, it's reasonably peaceful. Many hours to go before the sun comes up. I'll try and give you a better view of what it's like. Will I sleep? Yes, I'll sleep because I'm very, very tired. This is the second night in the forest. The first night, last night I slept in a tent, and that was quite comfortable. A pretty good night's sleep. Tonight, I think little things will fall off the tree onto me. I hope they're not nasty creatures, but at the end of the day, they're not going to eat me. They might bite me, and that's about it. If I feel sick, I feel sick. Just hope no big snakes come along. So that's about it, really. I'm in a hammock. Let me give you a 360 of what it's like in a bamboo jungle. And this is a jungle. And I am absolutely miles from any mankind, from any towns or villages. So getting out of here at this time of night would kind of be impossible. Not terribly, you know, maybe if I go that direction, as I said earlier today, there's a swamp. I've got no intentions to go downhill at this point. I will go uphill rather than go downhill and then traverse. This mountain range, as I've said earlier, is massive, absolutely massive, but there's a lot of ridges that go down to the mountain floor, not just one at each end. Let me give you a quick 360. Ooh. Staring at my light, is it? Oh. I'm using two torches here. Looks like binoculars. There we go. Put them both together, just to give you an idea what it's like in a bamboo jungle. Very late at night. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning now. I heard a noise, it woke me up. Either that or I've just had too much sleep. So I'm just having a look around to see what it was or if there was anything. Every now and then I see something that glows like an eye. Remember me saying that a lot of creatures don't like lemon on my guide ropes for the hammock. Well, this guy doesn't mind lemon. He just crawled down. Some of the biggest snails you'll ever see are in China. So I've just got out the hammock and put him onto the floor. There you go, mate. Just check. Oh, incredibly dark. The thing I don't like the most about a jungle is when you've got your torch on, you look, have a look, and all you see is two eyes, glowing eyes. Is it a cat? Is it a fox? Is it a wolf? Is it a bear? What the hell is that? Yeah, two glowing eyes is what frightens me in the forest in China. Well, in any forest, in any country. Anyway, by the looks of it, my battery is not going to last too long. If I get a problem, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need the phone. I'm using my mobile phone. Hey, so, my hammock for the night, and tomorrow is my last night in the mountain. I'll probably camp out again, but this time I'm going to go on to the ridge of a mountain, a rocky area, what I've not done yet. This is all for fun. It's not for charity. It's really just to show you what the Chinese mountains are like and give you some kind of experience or some kind of introduction. This is not a family holiday what I'm doing. Don't attempt it. If you come here and try this, then do it with a few friends. I've been here for years. I've got a good understanding of the terrain. I've got a little understanding of Chinese language. And I've got a pretty good understanding of outdoor life, which I learned from the military. So, other than that, I shall bid you good night, and no stories tonight, because I need the electricity on my torches and my phone. I'm going to get some sleep and get up early in the morning. As soon as the sun rises, I shall go down to the stream. You can hear the little brook down there, and have a quick wash and continue my journey. Other than that, I'm sorry if this looks creepy. It looks creepier that way. Let me give you one more look of what I can see. There we go. All pretty horrible stuff. I'm not going to do what some of these sites do, YouTube sites do, and go, shh, what's that? Shh, what's that? Why scare myself? Okay, if I can upload this video, that means I've made it back. If I don't, that means I didn't, and you'll never know. Good night.